Most people think visiting Mount Fuji in 2026 means taking a stressful, crowded day trip to Lake Kawaguchiko. But honestly, if that's all you do, you're missing the real magic. There are actually 5 completely distinct lakes surrounding the mountain, and they all offer a totally different vibe. From bustling tourist hotspots to completely untouched sanctuaries where you can actually escape the crowds, we're reviewing and ranking every single one so you know exactly what to add to your itinerary and which ones you can probably skip. And make sure you stay until the end because we're sharing a secret 6th bonus lake that most international tourists completely miss, featuring the absolute best crowd-free views in Japan. And if you're ready to see a different, more peaceful side of Japan, hit that subscribe button to join us on our journey. Let's dive into lake number 1. We have Lake Kawaguchiko. Lake Kawaguchiko is the most developed and accessible of the 5 lakes. If you're chasing that iconic postcard view of Mount Fuji framed by cherry blossoms, this is definitely the place to be. It's the vibrant hub of the 5 lakes, packed with incredible spots, especially along the northern shore, where you'll find those legendary, glassy mirror-like reflections of the mountain right on the water. And just nearby is Oishi Park, which is famous for its gorgeous seasonal flowers that perfectly frame an unobstructed view of the peak. And if you want to take it all in from above, you can hop on to the Mount Fuji panoramic ropeway to ascend 400 meters up Mount Tenjo for an incredible bird's eye view of the lake. It's easily the ultimate blend of nature, adventure, and front row views. So it's no wonder why it gets so popular with tourists. But that's probably the only downside of visiting Lake Kawaguchiko. If you're coming to this lake, just brace yourself for the crowds. A lot of it. Next up,
Lake Yamanakako.
If you want to escape the bigger crowds and experience Mount Fuji's largest lake, Lake Yamanakako is an absolute must-visit. Sitting at the highest altitude of all 5 lakes, it offers a much cooler, more laid-back vibe and some of the most unique mountain views in the region. One of the best ways to experience it is by hopping on a bike. There are a number of rental companies, but from our quick window shopping, we found this shop to be the cheapest and just went with it. We rented for just 1 hour, and that was sufficient for us to cover this small stretch of the lake and take some nice photos and videos along the way. Cycling along the dedicated lakeside path gives you a constantly changing front row view of Fuji as you breeze around the water.
And we're done!
Yay!
I think it was a super fun experience.
Super worth it, I think.
Yeah, if you happen to be here on a good day where Fuji is out on display, definitely something that you should do.
Yeah, we only rented for 1 hour, but if you want to conquer the whole Yamanakako, I think you will need half a day.
Yeah. So they do half a day rentals. I think they charge you like 3 hours worth of rental.
Yeah, correct. For 4 hours.
For 4 hours.
Next up is Lake Saiko, the quiet, untamed neighbor to Kawaguchiko. Tucked away between steep mountains and the edges of mysterious Aokigahara forest, this lake has a much more rugged local feel compared to its neighbours. Some of the main highlights in the area includes Saiko Iyashi no Sato Nenba, a gorgeous reconstructed thatched roof village where you can dress up in samurai armor or a kimono with Mount Fuji perfectly framed in the background, as well as the Narusawa Ice and Wind Cave where you can walk through frozen underground lava tubes even in the middle of summer. Lake Saiko is often called the most undisturbed of the lakes. So if you want to step away from the tourist trails and into something more raw and mysterious, Lake Saiko will be your spot.
So sadly, it's quite cloudy now, so we can't see the Mount Fuji from Lake Saiko. So onwards to our next lake. And we are at Lake Shojiko.
The absolute crown jewel here is Tatego Hama Viewpoint. From this specific spot on the northern shore, the smaller Mount Omuro sits directly in front of Mount Fuji, making it seem like Fuji is cradling a child, which is why locals affectionately call this view Baby Fuji or Kodaki Fuji. Without the massive tourist crowds or big developments here, it's a great spot for just taking in a completely undisturbed view of Japan's most famous peak.
So we are at our final lake, the fifth lake at Lake Motosuko.
It is also the furthest west, the deepest, and arguably the most visually striking lake of them all. And if the view from the northern shore looks incredibly familiar to you, that's because it is. The incredible image of Mount Fuji towering over the deep blue water is printed right onto the back of the Japanese 1,000 yen bill. We would also absolutely recommend hiking up to the Nakano-Kuratoge viewpoint. It's incredibly scenic and the perfect high note to finish your Fuji 5 Lakes journey.
So this trail to the viewpoint is just 680 meters and just take us 30 minutes to get to the top. And we are on top of Nakano-Kura Pass viewpoint. And yeah, this is a super high ROI hike. It's just 30 minutes and the view is really good.
So having been to all 5 lakes, which one would we actually recommend? So if it's your first time in the Fuji area or you're limited on time, then the clear answer would either be Lake Kawaguchiko or Lake Yamanakako simply because they are so well developed and easily accessible by public transport. But if you're like us and the crowd turns you off, plus if you have a car, we would recommend that you venture west towards Lake Motosuko. The views of the lake and Fuji is incredible and there's practically no crowd. Especially on our hike up, we were pretty much on our own and we really enjoyed that. But whatever your choice of lake to visit is, you just need to make sure you visit early in the morning, ideally before 10 AM. And that brings us to the secret 6th lake. If you're willing to venture just a little bit off the standard 5 lakes path, you'll find Lake Tanuki, a hidden gem that offers one of the most magical views in the entire region. It's incredibly peaceful here compared to the main tourist hubs, surrounded by lush green forests and a fantastic flat shoreline trail that's perfect for a relaxing stroll or an easy bike ride.
So Lake Tanuki is actually not part of the Fuji 5 Lakes, but the views are honestly just as good, and I feel like it's just a little bit of a hidden gem. We don't see many people around here as well. It's a perfect spot for you to get photos as well.
Because it sits on the western side of the mountain, it's the absolute premier spot for catching the legendary Diamond Fuji event, where the rising sun aligns perfectly with the very tip of the peak, making it shine like a brilliant jewel right over the perfectly still water. And that wraps up our ultimate guide to the Fuji Lakes. Which of these lakes would you add to your Japan bucket list first? Do drop your pick in the comments below. If this guide helped you plan your next trip, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next one.